This is a classified mission and you're not cleared to be here.
You're gonna have to kill him.
Ooh, bacon.
Greetings, tasty morsels. This is Reverse BLT here. Welcome back to the channel. We're about to watch episode 6 of Andor, closing out the second arc. And this episode is called The Eye. So it's referencing the weird event that supposedly happens here. What is it? They say every 300 years?
No.
Wow, that's a long time to wait for something. It does sound really interesting. I'm really actually looking forward to how they realize that on screen. Last episode, we basically got a little bit of bonding moments as Cassian got integrated into this group that's going to try to steal from the Empire. He made a bold decision to just go ahead and reveal the fact that he is essentially a mercenary, and that's that he doesn't really have an ideological reason to be there like the rest of them. But I think it was a smart decision because it diffused a lot of the tension that was going on, that it developed over the fact that no one really knew why this guy is here, what is this sort of place here, and all that sort of thing. So can we trust him? And then revealing something like that showed that yes, while his ultimate reasons for being there, not being ideological, would suggest that he can't be trusted, the fact that he shared that information to begin with implies that he can. You know, at least for the purpose of the mission. Whether or not that will hold after the mission is over is another question. I still have a feeling that, you know, there might be some betrayal from within the group once everything finishes up. But either way, I know something's going to go sideways. A good heist story is always going to involve some major complications during the actual, execution of the heist plan. So either there's going to be a problem with getting the ship out, or one of them is going to betray them, or both of those things will happen. We also followed Karn, who is dealing with, the loss of a sense of purpose, and also with, okay, I'm just going to come out and say it.
Don't do it.
It's really obvious that his mother is basically like sort of like the old Jewish stereotype, the old Jewish mom stereotype. And so he's dealing with her, like basically really trying to meddle in his life and very passive aggressively needling him and talking down to him while also suggesting that she's going to improve his life and all these other sorts of things. You kind of sort of get a feeling for how he turned out the way he did. Very much this person who has like a strong need to prove himself all the time, because she's definitely the kind of person who would raise a kid who just constantly felt like he needed to demonstrate his value, So she supposedly is working with his uncle to try and get him a new job or something. I don't know if that's actually going to go anywhere. I guess it depends on what the new job is, but I think Karn would prefer to find something else that's similar to what he was doing. And I wonder if his efforts to do that will actually get him in worse trouble than he already is. And we also saw, we met a new senator who is working with the rebellion.
What's her name?
Whose family life is just in shambles, basically, because that's just the way it tends to work with people who've spent a ton of time and effort climbing ladders and making money and all that sort of stuff, is that you just become more and more distant from your family while you're doing that. Because everything's a trade-off. The more time you spend doing that, the less time you spend, playing with your kids or, having date nights with your spouse and stuff like that. So, that was very believable. I always feel sorry for people like that. Like, never really envy people just because they have money. You have no idea whether or not their life is any good besides that. I get the feeling from the way the episode was playing out that, and especially just Stellan Skarsgård's character, Luthen, saying that, he wasn't careful with how he recruited Cassian. I'm expecting him to go down pretty soon. I don't know if it's going to be in this episode or later, but it'll be interesting to see the repercussions of that for this rebellion movement, especially when we've got that one Imperial officer who's closing in on the sort of subtle signs of a rebellion developing that a lot of her superiors are overlooking because they're just focused on looking as efficient in the bureaucracy as possible and doing everything by the book. So yeah, definitely curious as to how everything's going to go tits up for various people in this episode. So let's just go ahead and get right into it. I really hate my new glasses. Unfortunately, I'm too po to get good ones, so I had to settle for these.
Sucks being poor.
They will not stay put on my face at all.
I couldn't sleep.
It's natural.
I need to be at my best.
Don't worry. The excitement will kick in.
Struggling to understand why my faith doesn't calm me. I believe in something. Why am I so unsettled? I mean, you have nothing.
You don't know that he has nothing.
The role of mercenaries in the galactic struggle for freedom. My conclusion is simple. Weapons are tools. Those that use them are, by extension, functional assets that we must use to our best advantage. The Empire has no moral boundaries. Why should we not take hold of every chance we can? Let them see how an insurgency adapts.
Oh my goodness, you know what? I'm going to say it right now. I think Nemec ended up having a lot of influence over Cassian.
They don't care enough to learn.
So you think it's hopeless, do you? Freedom, independence, justice. We should just submit and be thankful. Just take what we're given.
Do I look thankful to you?
Freedom is a word that gets tossed around way too easily because there will always be a power structure. There will always be limitations to your freedom. The question really is more who is in charge, not will there be someone in charge.
The Danis, they breed a sad combination of traits that make them particularly vulnerable to manipulation.
God, the jingoism.
You keep using the word. I do not think it means what you think it means.
What do you make of him?
Colonel Pettigrew. He's an engineer. You won't charm him.
Well, it won't be for lack of trying. Are we secure?
I've brought in 30 sentries from Alkenzi. I'll have them close at hand to supervise. I've sent our best men to the perimeters for insurance.
Tonight must be perfect.
That's the plan, sir.
Perfect. I want that word ringing in your ears.
Everything's about impressing people, making a name for yourself in the bureaucracy.
Let's pick it up. Falling behind.
He likes giving orders, doesn't he? Makes sense, right?
What do you mean?
He was a stormtrooper. Really?
Pick it up!
Should have been here when Cinta found out. They slaughtered our whole family.
Another great thing about when they delve into this sort of stuff is how they really go into the fact that people aren't just these black and white, good or evil. You know, people make decisions based on what they think feels right or makes the most sense at the time. And there's a lot of brainwashing and stuff that goes into different positions. We know with the stormtroopers especially. Better hope nobody chooses to speak over the comms right now. Gotta get new belts, buddy.
Come and look at this sash. None of this was stored properly. It's all compressed.
Perhaps you've expanded?
Yeah, dude, don't blame the belt.
Huigaro, Puspemfachon.
Pridoli fitaklu. Snofrang. Qualib docher.
You're a ballsy old man.
Let them pass.
He's officially reached the age where he's got 0 fucks left to give. Another thing that the Empire doesn't seem to do very often is, like, put monitoring equipment and cameras underwater by their bases.
The Danis have a rough appetite for fragrance.
Yes, I've been warned.
A bit of ceremonial nonsense and we can tuck into a fine table. Above the stench.
Alkenzi. No, they're shutting down right now. Everything's grounded. No one wants to be up in this.
You can see the actor holding his breath. That was a nice touch. I kind of wish I knew the significance of this. But I always find people's cultural traditions interesting.
Colden. You're sure? You're stalling.
Echo 1. Echo 1. Echo 1.
Dude, eyes front.
Are we going or not?
Now. Go. We go.
Copy.
Spirce ma fantes. Della greft mi suvanstio.
He says, may the eye find the good in all of us.
Yeah, I knew he could speak, was it common or basic? I forget what they call it.
Tell him we'll give him the gift of our absence and be on our way.
Repelling is both thrilling and terrifying at the same time.
Are you done this before?
Uh-oh. Here comes the sideways.
All be much easier. The days of passing skins and ritual nonsense will be soon behind us. No great loss there. It's not as if there's much Aldani's civilization. We didn't forget about it in the first place. Where's that tenant gone?
Down, on the ground, down.
What is the meaning of this?
Be quiet!
This is an outrage.
Quiet! Stop talk. Stop right there.
Well, you're about to get shot.
Colonel, please.
Nobody has to die.
Yep, and now we have our proof that she's a hard ass.
You'll never make it out.
You better pray we do.
We win, or everyone dies. Jill, please just do what they say.
So is this a jammer? It could be something that they would put down to interference in the comms area
Try the English.
from the activity for the eye.
Get up! Now!
Let's go! Move!
Should have brought the body with you, so that if anybody did come in, they wouldn't be suspicious.
Challenge complete.
Also, maybe someone should have taken care of the guy in that actual external location, because he might be industrious enough to go out and look and figure out what's wrong.
Tell me you'll be all right. I'll be fine.
Come on, goodbye kiss.
Go.
Goodbye kiss. Oh, come on, Star Wars. Have a little more guts than that. There's no way in hell lovers aren't going to have a kiss goodbye in a situation like this.
Are you having trouble with your comms?
Weird, right? Must be the eye.
I have a feeling that guy's a little more on the ball than he seemed earlier. And it's telling that they left Cinta with the family, showing that she means business. If he fucks them over, his family's gonna die. She'll kill someone just like that. Too bad these guys don't have, what do they call it, morph gas in Star Wars? Or is that another one of the shows that I watch?
Commandant, inspection! Muster up! Let's go! Line it up! Move!
Hands on heads! Hands on your heads! Oh.
This is not an inspection, it is a robbery! They've already killed, and I am sure that they will do so again, which is why I am urging you to cooperate.
Enough! Move!
There's always going to be someone who's a hero, or tries to be.
Echo 1 on spot.
Don't turn your back.
Repeat. We've been. Operator now. Copy that. All good up here.
Damn it.
Get ready. Kinsey should be calling in soon.
Will do. Valley one out.
Go, 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 go! Get out of here! Go!
Moving! Stop! Move around and move!
Okay, this does not look like they have enough time to actually empty this place.
5-9!
Looks like a job that's going to take hours, and they've only budgeted 10 minutes for. And here comes the complication. Oh, that's amazing.
What's going on here?
This is a classified mission and you're not cleared to be here.
You're gonna have to kill him.
Commandant? Sir?
I am giving you a direct order, Corporal!
What is going on here?
Sir.
Shit. I tell you, man, that guy gets shot in the chest and everything he's in, doesn't he?
No, that was a different guy.
Here comes the hero.
Cover me!
Dang it. I've seen enough Star Wars to know that he could still be alive. No one tried to drag him in.
Get this thing in the air! Go! Go! Go!
Hang on!
Oh, I have a feeling that might have been the end for him. Won't be writing that manifesto.
I need a flight bar.
Alright, hold on!
Keep him still.
Guys, you don't have a lot of time here.
6, 5, 5, 5, 1. Full boost thrust on level.
Come on!
And of course, since they're relying on the newer high-tech Imperial navigation stuff, they can't make it through. Oh, and she just gets left behind? That is beautiful. Did he make it? Or is he dead?
There's a doctor. We have it built into the contingency. She doesn't want to jeopardize the mission. Is the reason that we are here. He is alive.
How do we get to the doctor?
Also, how are you going to extract Cinta?
You think he'll make it?
You could get lucky.
Yeah, luck. Drives the whole damn galaxy, doesn't it?
Yeah, everything pretty much hinges on it. A lot less is in our control than we think.
40 million apiece. Don't tell me you haven't thought about it. See, I can't fly the trawler, but I do have a safe place we can hole up.
Is this a test, or was this your plan all along?
It's an rebellion for you.
Oh, I'm a rebel. It's just, me against everybody else.
Where would that put me?
40 million credits is enough for me to forget all about you.
Your brother? With the orchard?
Seems like he's reaching back for his gun.
I don't have a brother.
So just leave them here.
Don't play the high mind with me. You're not here to save anybody but yourself. I saw the first minute you came into camp. You're just like me. We were born in the hole, and all we know is climbing over somebody else to get out.
Yeah, you misjudged him a little bit, bud.
There's a moon 8 parsecs from here with nobody home. Put that thing down, catch our breath, split up the winnings.
Yep, but how are you going to explain this to them?
Thank you. Thank you for trying.
Did it work? No. I like that kid.
I did everything I could.
It's not you, Doc.
Give you 30,000 credits for the ship in the barn. That's twice what it's worth.
Excuse me.
Where's Scheme?
He's dead. He wanted to take the money and leave you here.
He wouldn't do that.
You're gonna have to think about that. I did my job. I'm done. Turn this to your friend.
Wait. He said to give this to you.
I don't want it.
He insisted.
The foundation of your entire future, my friend. It's a shame. Yeah, this is going to be reported on. It's going to be one of the final pieces for her to understand.
I want every star sector and planetary emergency retaliation plan in the building ready for presentation by midnight.
My bill assails the coarse and blatant domination of a peaceful and faithful ally.
Guess the news just hit.
There's an inscription on that one, in the language no one remembers.
How sad.
No, it's liberating. You decide what it says.
That's a really interesting way to spin that.
Got anything from Aldani?
Excuse me?
Aldani. Big rebel attack last night. It's all the news.
Well, I'll have to look. Maybe we have something in the back.
Really?
And thus is the world set ablaze. Excellent way to close out this second arc. Everything, of course, as I expected, went sideways. Obviously, I couldn't predict how exactly it would go sideways. I had a feeling that there would be some sort of mess up in terms of how they covered their tracks or how they kept themselves from being disturbed. That I was expecting. I wasn't expecting the kid to... Actually, you know what? No, I was expecting the kid to die because I was thinking about who would be, you know, from a writing perspective, who would be the biggest punch in the group to lose. And I realized it was probably going to be the kid just because, you know, he's young and idealistic. And I think, you know, whether you agree with him or not, when I imagine most of us agree with him, just seeing a young idealist like that give his life when he's, you know, got so much ahead of him for a cause that you're not even sure is going to play out, or at least the people around him aren't sure is going to play out. It's just very touching. So I actually did have him on my list. I wasn't expecting the other deaths that happened. And we've got like, I wasn't expecting, I was suspicious of Skeen, but I wasn't expecting his turn to be the way it was. Like, I wasn't thinking he was just planning on screwing everybody over to take the money. I thought that maybe he was like a plant or something, that he was gonna betray them to the Empire. Cocaína. But instead he literally was just, nope, I'm just in it for me. And that was a pretty cool one because I wasn't expecting it. And I'm wondering, like, what the heck's gonna happen with Cinta? They all saw her face. She's still there on the planet. I don't see how she escapes from this. So did Vel and Cinta go into this knowing for a fact basically that one of them was just gonna be lost on this mission, you know? But either way, we now have like essentially what amounts to an announcement.
How did he?
That the rebellion is real, I think. There's very little chance that the Empire, even with their devotion to just like playing in the lines of their bureaucracy, there's no way they're gonna fail to notice what this means in relationship to all the other stuff that officer in the security bureau or whatever it is has been noticing. So I'm guessing that the next arc is primarily going to focus on, well, I guess, you know, Cassian becoming more radicalized by the manifesto that the kid left him, and the rebellion being unveiled by this latest action in combination with all the other things that have been happening ahead of time. Let me know what you guys thought of this second arc, of this episode specifically. Which elements of things falling apart in the plan took you by surprise? Did you see Skeen's betrayal coming? Did you see the deaths that happened coming? And, you know, were you as affected by the kid dying as I was? And how on earth do you think Cinta's going to get out of this? Is she just stuck back there now? Anyway, guys, thanks so much for joining me on this. I'm glad to finally be able to bring more reaction videos to you again. I know it was, you know, annoying whenever you have to wait for a content creator to actually create some content. And, you know, you guys have always been very, you know, kind to me when something has happened in my life that's disrupted that. So I really appreciate it. I really do think I have basically the best community, my tasty morsels. You guys are the best community on YouTube, in my opinion. Anyway, thanks so much again for watching this with me, and I will see you for the next part. As always, do your best to stay safe and be well, and may the Force be with you. Bye-bye.
Dolly fitaklu, snofrang, quali bdoche, spirchima fantesh. Della greft mi suvanstio, pridoli fitaklu.
He says, may the eye find the good in all of us.